a young programmer is selected to participate in the groundbreaking experiment of synthetic intelligence by evaluating the human qualities of a highly advanced humanoid AI. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back with more reScribd. You know, the growing, how do you describe it? I would say situationship with AI. Got me thinking. Let's revisit one of my favorite films. It is one, Ex Machina by Alex Garland. I have the A24 book. It's a little stained. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little stained there. I've had it for a while, but we're gonna crack open this book. It's a very nice book. Very nice. I really enjoy this movie. I really want to read it again. I read it once. I read it over once, but I was saving it for reScribd. And what better time than these trying times of AI? I don't know where that accent came from, but hey. Today we are going to be reading Ex Machina by Alex Garland. Look at that first. You can see that. That is beautiful, ain't it? So if you don't mind, I'll be looking down every once in a while at this and reading it, because I do want to put this book to use, of course. Of course, we're going to start out Ex Machina with number one of our outline, establish. We want to establish Caleb and Nathan's dynamic. So, to get you up to speed, the film starts off with Caleb being selected to participate in this weekend getaway with Nathan, the boss of his company. He doesn't know exactly what's going on, what he is doing there, but he thinks he's just gonna go there with this brilliant man. Just have a nice, clean week with him, see what's going on, pick his brain. Actually, no, this is for trials. He's not just hanging out with them. We're going to be testing. As you know, there is a certain test for AI. And we will get to that number two. But we're really going to establish the dynamic here. Caleb is a little overexcited. He's getting to be talking to Nathan. He's really trying to prove his intelligence. Nathan, on the other hand, just chill. Just wants to subdue Caleb. Just wants to subdue Caleb. Hey, this is very chill. Don't worry about everything else. Stop trying to impress me. I'm here. I'm looking at this. This says it's on page 16. I'm on page 24. A24. And we are getting into number two. Nathan signs Caleb up for the Turing test. Now, some of you may or may not be familiar with the Turing test. Nathan and Caleb will basically explain it to you. I don't know how I'm going to scroll and read it at the same time. I'll try. Bear with me. I did this once before with Moonlight. Caleb sits at a desk in his room holding Nathan's pen. In front of him is a sheet of paper, which at the top reads non-disclosure agreement. The signee agrees to regular data audit with unlimited access to confirm no disclosure of information has taken place in public or private forum using any means of communication, including but not limited to that which is disclosed orally or in written or electronic form. Caleb glances back at Nathan on the bed. Think I need a lawyer. It's standard. Doesn't feel very standard. Okay, it's not standard. Nathan shrugs. What can I tell you? You don't have to sign. You can't spend the next 7 days shooting pool and getting drunk together, bonding. When you discover what you missed out on, in a year or so's time, you'll spend the rest of your life regretting it. Also, shout out Oscar Isaac and Domnhall Gleeson, of course. Alicia Vikander, who is my favorite actress. I love Alicia Vikander. Caleb turns back to the desk, looks at the paper, then hesitates a final moment and signs. When he looks around, Nathan has moved in the bed and is standing directly behind him. Good call. Nathan takes the piece of paper, folds it, puts it in his pocket. Do you know what the Turing test is? Caleb reacts, immediately knowing what Nathan has just implied. Yeah, I know what the Turing test is. Go on. Is where a human interacts with a computer. If the human can't tell they're interacting with the computer, the test is passed. And what does the past tell us? The computer has artificial intelligence. Now, let me just say this right now. I hate AI. I firmly believe that AI should only be used for like organizationism. If you're just like sorting things out, if you need like help sorting things out, make tedious jobs easier. It should never reach the level to create. I don't like that at all. I don't like taking jobs. I stand with the writers. I stand with filmmakers. Stand with every creative mind out there. AI should not take anyone's job. Are you telling me you're building an AI? Nathan shakes his head. I already built one. And over the next few days, gonna be a human component in a Turing test. Holy shit. That's right, Caleb. You got it. Because if that test is passed, you are dead center, the greatest scientific event in the history of man. You created a conscious machine. It's not the history of man. It's the history of gods. But two, oh, that's actually in here. Well, that is in here. So we've hit number 2. The reason for all of this. Why is Caleb here? Why Nathan inviting me here? And we've explained the Turing test. So hope you guys are keeping up with us. And what appears to be a neon-colored jellyfish, draws like accents, hanging in a black blue liquid space, reveal the jellyfish contained a glass orb, which is held in exposed captivity, which is held in an exposed cavity at the back of the machine's skull shape. It's part of a robot girl. Her name is Ava, an extraordinary piece of engineering, proportioned to a slender female in her 20s. Her limbs and torso are a mixture of metal, plastic, and carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is charcoal color. Plastic is cream, and the metal is a yellow warmth of a nickel. The shape of her body approximates the form of a muscle. There are biceps and breasts. Her hands have 5 delicate digits. Her body structure is covered in delicate skin. The skin is a mesh in a pattern of a honeycomb, like spider web, almost invisible, unless silent. One part of her that is not obviously inorganic construct is her face. This is a strikingly beautiful girl. Indeed, shout out Michael Fassbender. Created in a defined oval, top of the forehead, just below her chin. Indistinguishable from a real girl in its appearance, the way it moved, except for one thing. There is a very slight, almost imperceptible blankness in her eyes. As we observe Ava, she fits a section of skull plate at the back of her head, which obscures the glass orb and jellyfish structure. Then, she half turns, as if having become aware of another presence in the room. You feel the room in which Ava stands. Ava's living area is made up of 3 primary spaces. The main area, an observation room. A large area arranged around a glass box from which can be viewed At the back of the observation room, behind a sheet of semi-opaque glass, the private area. This contains a bed-like structure, a desk, a wardrobe, and a mirror. And behind the private area, the garden area. I don't want you to see me. I'm kidding. This is a small decorative indoor garden lit by the garden, sealed off from Ava by a thick wall of glass. There are also several oval discs positioned around the room, made of some kind of dark, non-reflective material. These are induction plates. There is a chair which faces a glass observation box. Facing chair inside the observation box is another chair, inside which Caleb stands. Beats. As Caleb and Ava see each other for the very first time. Then, Ava starts walking, revealing a secondary impact on her engineering, how she moved. The unconscious precision of her steps, fluidity of her action. Caleb is transfixed as she covers the length of the room to her chair. Then she sits down and speaks. Hello. Her voice is no digital inflection. It is just the voice of a girl. Caleb gathers himself. Hi. Who are you? Caleb. Hello, Caleb. Do you have a name? Yes. Ava. I'm pleased to meet you, Ava. I'm pleased to meet you too. Caleb sits opposite of her. He is alone on his half of glass. Nathan is nowhere to be seen. But on the ceiling and attached to the walls on both sides of the glass, there are several CCTV cameras trained variously on Caleb and Ava. Lenses twitching. She watches Caleb and cocks her head slightly to the side. You're nervous? Caleb frowns. Why do you ask that? Repeats. Then Ava repeats her question. Are you nervous? Yes, a little. Why? I'm not sure. I feel nervous too. Do you? Yes. Well, why do you feel nervous? I never met anyone new before. Only Nathan. And we're both in quite a similar position. Haven't you met lots of new people before? None like you. Oh, so let's break the ice. He glances at her, observing. Do you know what I mean by that? Yes. What do I mean? Overcome initial social awkwardness. So let's have a conversation. So let's have a conversation. We talk, both relax, get to know each other at the same time. Okay. What would you like to have a conversation about? Why don't we start with you telling me something about yourself? What would you like to know? Whatever comes to your head. Eva pauses him. Well, you already know my name. See that I'm a machine. Would you like to know how old I am? Sure. I am one. One what? 1 year or 1 day? One. A beat on Caleb. Processing. He's processing because she's a robot. Yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny shit right there. Her answer feels like a non sequitur that typically betrays AI responses. Ooh. Does that seem young to you? Quite young. When did you learn how to speak? Eva pauses as if considering this question for the first time. I don't think I did learn. I always knew how to speak, and that's strange, isn't it? Why? Because language is something that people acquire. Some believe language exists in the brain from birth. What's learned is the ability to attach words and structure to ability. Beats. Would you agree? I don't know that. I don't know. I have no opinion on that. Beats. I like to draw. Caleb says nothing. Just watches Ava. Again, the non sequitur. I don't have any of my pictures with me now, but I can show you them tomorrow. Sounds good. I like to see them. Yes. Eat. We come back tomorrow, Caleb? Caleb smiles slightly. Yeah, definitely. Ava also smiles. And suddenly, there's a strong sense of something very human there. In a way, the smile lights up her face. Good. Ooh. So, that is number 3. Introduce antagonists. You bait and switch the Ava session. Now, Caleb thought that he would just be speaking with a computer. Speaking with it. See, maybe I'll talk to one person, maybe I'll talk to another person, maybe they'll throw in the AI somewhere in between, so I don't really know which one it is. So he's trying to prepare himself for what could be the AI. Trying to make it seem like the AI is going to try to hide itself. And he says this in the next scene. He asks, why does Nathan straight up show him the AI? He tells her, if he just talks to Ava, she'll pass with flying colors. Way past that stage. But we're going to have to evolve to the next step, which is number 4 challenge. How human is Ava despite her robotics? So, of course, we're going to have to go through that. We're going to have to test her on a more intellectual level. There's intelligence, but now we have to go intellectual. We have to go further beyond and test her reactions, her emotions. How will she adapt and learn from someone completely new, not just Nathan? So, piggybacking off of number 4, which is a challenge, we're gonna move on to the question and evolve from there. The question: what separates actual intelligence from artificial intelligence exactly? That is the whole point of it. We're going to really dive in and analyze Ava. So we're gonna see her emotions a little bit more. And this is really where I absolutely love Alicia Vikander. Her amazing vulnerability. So Ava's words are very poignant, but her actions are very, I don't want to say systematic because they're not. They are evolved. They are very human. You can actually feel something with her. And that is what Nathan is looking for. Ava actually evolving into being pretty much human. And we're going to see a lot of that throughout this film. Caleb and Ava face each other. Ava is holding up a piece of paper to the glass. I drew the picture of something specific, as you asked. Drawing is constructed the same tiny black ink marks as before. Now they've ordered into a coherent black and white image. It depicts Ava's view of an enclosed garden in her room. You said it'd be interesting to see what I would draw. Is it interesting? It is. She takes a drawing down. Have you never been outside this building? No. Never walked outside? Never been outside the room I am in now. Ava thinks a moment. I think there was another room in which I was constructed, but I have no memory of it, so similar to your relationship with the womb. Where would you go if you did? You mean if I can go outside and if I was permitted? Caleb says nothing. Does not overtly respond to the emphasis he has placed on a lack of freedom. The gaze locks for a beat. I'm not sure. There are so many options. A beat. Maybe a busy pedestrian and traffic intersection in the city? Traffic intersection? Is that a bad idea? It wasn't what I was expecting. Traffic intersection would provide a concentrated, but shifting view of human life. People watching. Yes. We can go together. The date. Another beat. On Ava, looking at Caleb. Then. There's something else I wanted to show you. Apart from the picture. Okay. I feel nervous. Why? I think it's stupid. I don't think I will. Whatever it is, Ava hesitates. To close your eyes. So this whole scene is Ava testing Caleb. So she is now analyzing him. She is going off his response. She's really just responding to how he reacts. You could say that she's learning from this, trying to evolve more, or I have another idea. And we'll get to that. But that was number 6, the motivational push. Ava tests Caleb. We got more of that scene though, so lock in. He closes his eyes. Ava stands and walks to the private area at the back of the observation room. As she walks, Caleb reopens his eyes. Through the semi-opaque dividing glass, he watches her, the ghost image. Cut to Ava. In the private area, she opens a wardrobe space, which reveals clothes and a hairpiece. Then she starts to get dressed. First, a summer dress. And then stockings. Then a long-sleeve cardigan. She checks her reflection in the mirror and adjusts to the clothes slightly, making sure that as much as a robot form is covered as possible. Then she puts on the hairpiece, short brown hair. Finally, makes a subtle adjustment to her face. Similar to, but not makeup, she adjusts the intensity of her own skin tone. Her lips redden. Her cheeks blush slightly. A discreet line of black extends like mascara around her eye. Cut back to Caleb, watching the ghost shape through the opaque glass. She starts to move back towards Caleb and keeps him close as he hears her approach. Now open your eyes. Caleb, his eyes. Sees Ava, transformed. By covering the robot form of her chest and arms and legs and adding the hairpiece, she has taken a huge visual step forward, appearing. How do I look? The answer is, however pretty she looked before, she now looks prettier. It's as obvious to the camera as it is to Caleb. It took me a long time to select these clothes. I tried different colors and styles, tried to anticipate your reaction. Do you think the choices suit me? Yes. Do they bring out my best features? They do. Ava lights up. Alicia Vikander is just absolutely amazing. I'm gonna gush over her the rest of my life. I fucking love her. She is one of my favorite actors. Probably my favorite actress. Although Kaylee Spaney is getting up there. I do love her as well. Like, they're like people that I would go out of my way to watch because they're really, really good. Another one is Trevante Rose. How is he, man? Damn it. I miss him. Trevante Rose from Moon, which I've done as well. She walks back to the glass divider and sits down. This is what I'd wear on our date. Caleb reacts slightly. Smile. Right. First, a traffic intersection, maybe a show. I'd like us to go on a date. Caleb hesitates, then decides it's kind of been loaded in the way it sounded. Yeah, it'll be fun. Are you attracted to me? B. Loaded exactly as it sounded. What? Are you attracted to me? You gave him indications that you are. I do? How? Micro expressions. The way your eyes fix on my eyes. And lips. The way you hold my gaze. Or don't. Are you attracted to me, guys? No? Okay, never mind. Have I read them incorrectly? Caleb swallows. Do you think about me when we are together? Oh my. Salsa. Beat. Sometimes at night, I wonder if you're watching me on the cameras. Perverts. Are you watching me? Ugh. Ava watches Caleb closely. And I hope you are. Ooh, you're in there, dude. You bet she's a robot. Caleb shifts in his seat. Now your micro expressions are telegraphing discomfort. I'm not sure you'd call them micro. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Silence. We are going to go to number 7. Confront Self. Ooh, really? It's a test subject. Because now, after this point, Caleb is very confused on why Ava is expressing some sexuality. Yeah, he straight up says sexuality. We'll get to the scene. Caleb sits in front of the fireplace in the main room. Nathan joins them, bringing them beer for each of them. Tell me. Sure. Why did you give her sexuality? An AI doesn't need a gender. Could have been a gray box. Actually, I'm not sure that's true. Can you think of an example of consciousness at any level, human or animal, that exists without a sexual dimension? They have sexuality as an evolutionary reproductive need. Maybe, maybe not. What imperative does a gray box have to interact with another gray box? Does consciousness exist without interaction? Nathan takes a drink of his beer. Anyway, sexuality is fun. If it don't exist, why not enjoy it? Want to remove the chance to fall in love and fuck? Leans forward. And yes, in answer to your real question, you bet you can fuck. I made her anatomically complete. What? She has a cavity between her legs with a concentration of sensors engaged with them in the right way, and she'll get a pleasure response. She'll come. So if you want to screw her, mechanically speaking, you can. But she enjoy it. Caleb swallows. That wasn't my real question. No, my real question was, Caleb breaks off. Nathan keeps watching. There's a sudden sense that Nathan is on money. Some level, Caleb's real question. My real question was, did you give her sexuality as a diversion tactic? Nathan smiles slightly. I don't follow. Like a stage magician with a hot assistant. Oh, so a hot robot who clouds your ability to judge our AI. Exactly. So did you program her to flirt with me? Because if I had, would that be cheating? Wouldn't it? Nathan lets the question hang. Behind them, Kyoko prepares dinner in the kitchen area. What's your type, Caleb? Of girl? No, of salad dressing. Yes, of girl. In fact, don't even answer. Let's say it's black chicks. For the sake of argument, say that's your thing. So, why is it your thing? Because you did a detailed study of all racial types and cross-referenced the study with point-based system? No, just attract the black chicks. A consequence of accumulated external stimulus that you probably didn't even register as they registered with you. So did you program her to like me or not? Nathan shrugs. I programmed her to be heterosexual, just like you were programmed to be heterosexual. Nobody programmed you straight in, but you were attracted. This is childish. No, this is adult. And by the way, you decided to be straight, please. Of course you were programmed. By nature or nurture or both. It stands. To be honest, Caleb, you're kind of annoying me now. This is your insecurity talking, not your own. Caleb opens his mouth to reply, but Nathan shuts him down. Come with me. He's really just explaining how his brain is wired, like a machine. How he's not just coming up with it on the spot. He has to think about it. He has to have some semblance of it in his brain already. So maybe he just goes on the autopilot and just does it. Because that is how you are programmed. And explains it. And this is how Ava was programmed. She is programmed to just be a heterosexual woman. For the record, Ava is not acting as if she likes you. And her flirting isn't an algorithm to pick you out. You're the first man she's ever seen who isn't me. And I'm like her dad, right? So can you blame her for getting crush on you? Nathan Gleeson comes back. No, you can't. And that was number 7. The observational. The emergency lighting. Caleb and Ava face each other in silence. CCTV are lifeless. Ava glows softly. You're lying. What about? You said you weren't sure if I was conscious. But you are sure. I could tell from your microexpressions. Why did you tell me I shouldn't trust Nathan? Because he tells lies too. Lies about what? Everything. Including the power cuts? What do you mean? You think it's possible that he's watching us right now? The blackouts are orchestrated so he can see how we behave when we think we're unobserved. Ava lifted her hand to reveal a disc on her left palm. Charge my batteries via induction, please. So I reverse the power flow. I cause a surge, equal to the static discharge of a lightning strike. It overloads the system, causing it cuts. Ava raises her right hand, touches the glass, so we can see how we behave. We are unobserved. Caleb raises his hand, mirroring her movement. Touches the glass. Their palms are making contact through the divider. Ooh. That brings us to number 8. We're going to face that challenge. Now, this is a bit of spoilery. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly suggest you do. What Ava is doing right now, and before, we didn't really read it, but really important for it. This is number 8. Ava is capitalizing off Caleb's emotions. So she's appealing to him, his distrust of Nathan, her sexuality, flirting with Caleb. She's capitalizing on that. He doesn't really know what to trust, what to think. You know, men are like this. Get horny, we believe everything. So he immediately trusts her. So she is capitalizing off. And Caleb, let's just say, he hasn't seen a good side of Nathan. The drunk is always belittling him, talking down, condescending, so just makes it all the easier. Convince him and manipulate Caleb. Come on, man, after a hard day of turn tests, you've got to unwind. Caleb raises his voice over the sound of the music. What are you doing with Ava? Nathan smiles back at Nathan. What? Oh, that meant to say Caleb. All right. Smiling, alcohol glaze. What? Tore up a picture. I'm going to tear up the fucking dance floor, dude. Check it out. Fucking love that scene. I'm sorry. I just wanted to read that. So I would say these scenes, there are a bunch of scenes here where that would lead to number 9. Gonna answer the question. What separates the actual intelligence from artificial intelligence? Number 9, answer question. Bickering, guilt, crush, and ego. Now, throughout this film, we've seen the development of Caleb's guilt, crush, and ego over Ava. Feels guilty over her just being locked away, or her being technically abused by Nathan. Obviously, he has a crush on her, and his ego is growing, where he's feeling he's better than Nathan. He's feeling he's superior. He's her savior. A lot of things. And of course, Nathan has a huge ego. He thinks he's a self-proclaimed god, and he wants to belittle and talk down to anyone. He just wants to get this over with. Doesn't care. He's just gonna get results. Does not care at all for Eva. So that is the bickering. They're coming head to head, and now we're getting to near the conclusion, the climax. And they're getting drunk. They are getting blackout drunk. And Caleb notices how blackout drunk he gets. Completely out of it. And he takes Nathan back to his room. He notices he can just take his key card. Very important. But we will come back to that. So as I've been saying, with Ava capitalizing off his emotions, his guilt, his crush, ego, wanting to save this scene is really Ava proving that, where he actually does test him and asks him a bunch of questions, see how he feels, just to really ensure that. So earlier she was getting close to it, not specifically putting it out there, but putting a thought into his brain so he can go up against Nathan a little bit more. This one, she's actually capitalizing off his emotions and trying to manipulate him with her actual sexuality. Like, actually, you want to be with me. I know you do. So yeah. Now she shows the drawing that Nathan tore up, and it was of Caleb. And here she says, I want to be with you. Do you want to be with me? Yes, I do. Nathan doesn't want us to be together. Again, going back to that. So as I was saying with number 8, bickering, guilt, crush, and ego, we're really gonna go into it here. Why did you make Ava? That's an odd question. Wouldn't you if you could? Maybe? I don't know. But I'm asking why you did it. With the shrugs. The arrival of strong artificial intelligence has been inevitable for decades. Variables when, not if. But I really don't see her as a decision. It's an evolution. X-Men evolution, sorry. For no reason. I think the next model's gonna be the real breakthrough. Singularity. Caleb reacts, protects himself. Next model? After Ava. I didn't know there was going to be a model after Ava. Thought she was a what-off? I knew there must have been prototypes. Well, not the first, but I thought maybe the last. Nature shakes that. Ava doesn't exist in isolation. More than you or me. Part of a continuum. Version 9.6. Each time they get a little better. You beat the silence, except for the water falling around them. So you make a new model, what do you do with the old one? Download the mine, unpack data, the new routines I've been writing. You do that, you end up partially formatting, so the memories go. The body survives. Ava's body is a good one. So I'll do the same as I did with Kyoko. Keep his voice quiet and neutral. What'd you do with Kyoko? Strip out the higher functions and reprogram her up around the house. Be fucking awesome in bed. Oh, I'm thinking I might hang on to these routines this time. Kind of annoying not being able to talk to her. You did realize about Kyoko, right? Caleb's poker face. Sure. Dumbass didn't. Yeah, it was. Kyoko was a robot. She was AI as well. He didn't realize. I'm not saying I'm smarter, but I realized shortly after like few scenes with her, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way to just keep. Yeah. And here we go. I'll talk about guilt. I feel bad for Ava. Feel bad for yourself. One day, these AIs will look back on us the same way we look at fossil skeletons on the plains of Africa. An upright ape, open in dust, with crude language and tools, all set for extinction. This is why you don't fucking do all that goddamn AI shit. When they eventually surpass us, what the fuck are we gonna be doing? Huh? I'm not talking about like Terminator, all that shit. I'm just talking about like if they're gonna surpass us. Wally, I'm gonna become fat and lazy and just stop doing shit. See? I really am a god. I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Shimmy-a, shimmy-ya, shimmy-a, shimmy-ya. Drag. Walla la la. Sorry, it's a meme. There you go again, Mr. Quotable. No, there you go again. Not my quote. But Oppenheimer said when he made the atomic bomb. Nathan laughs. I know what it is, dude. I'm trying to get why this all fucks with your head. Sure. Skip looks down at the bottle of beer in his hand. In the meantime, said we're about due for a refill. Alright, now we're actually gonna get into it. The recording stops. The recording was he actually put a actual camera in there. So he can see when the power is cut. He knows the plan. He knows what Caleb was trying to do. Predicted it. Therefore, the recording stops. Caleb feels short of breath. You feel stupid, but you shouldn't. Proving an AI is exactly as problematic as you said it was. Is that the real test? You. Ava was a mouse in a mousetrap, and I gave her one way out to escape. She would have to use imagination, sexuality, self-awareness, empathy, manipulation, and she did. If that is an AI, what the fuck is? It looks upward. Directly above, spotlight and ceiling. It dazzles him. So, my only function was to be someone she could use to escape, yes. You didn't select me because I was good at coding. And Nathan hesitated. Don't get me wrong, you're okay. Even pretty good, but you selected me by my search engine. You showed me a good kid. No family. With a moral compass. And no girlfriend. Caleb stares into the brightness above him. Did you design her face based on my pornography profile? Shit, dude. Did you? Hey, if a search engine's good for anything, right? Silence. Can I say one thing? Caleb doesn't answer. The tests worked. It was a success. If it demonstrated true AI, you were fundamental to that. You could just separate. Nathan cuts off, because at that moment, the lights and monitor suddenly die. Oh, here we go. Through the circular window, emergency lighting lifts up, and the window glows red. Eva's head turns to the door of a room, where discreetly the LED by the keycard plate glows blue. Nathan checks his watch. The power cut. Must be 10 o'clock. Nathan glances at Caleb. Guess Ava's gonna be wondering where you are. How is that escape going to go down anyway? You didn't complete. You said you were going to get me drunk, take my card, and reprogram the security protocols, but reprogram them to what? To change the lockdown procedure. But in the event of a power cut, instead of stealing, the doors open. Huh. Not bad. Might have even worked. Guess we'll find out. What do you mean? Caleb looks away from the dim ceiling light to Nathan. I figured you were probably watching us during the power cuts. I already did all those things when I got drunk yesterday. What? At that moment, the power comes back on, the lights rise. Your monitors come back to life, feeling something. On the CCTV feed of Ava's room, the door is opened. Feed. Glass corridor. Ava's walking down it. Nathan freezes. Sees her. Fuck. Both Nathan and Caleb simultaneously rise. Almost as an afterthought, Nathan lands a deceptive fast punch into Caleb's solar plexus. Caleb folds and the air is forced out of him, gasping for breath. Nathan helps him down to the floor. A couple of yards away is one of the curled dumbbells. He walks over, picks up the dumbbell, spins off the weights, leaving him with a thick metal bar. Then exits. Nathan enters the glass corridor. He sees directly ahead of them. The corridor. Eva and Kyoko. They stand together. Kyoko's mouth is by Eva's ear, as if telling her a secret. Her lips are open. They don't move. Close up on Kyoko's lips, we hear a hiss of static with soft pulses, noise buried inside. When the two robot women become aware of Nathan's presence, they turn to face him. A beat. Then Ava starts walking towards Nathan. His fingers flex around the metal bar in his hand. Ava? Ava doesn't slow or react. Ava, now listen to me. I want you to go back to your room. Ava's reached halfway down the corridor. Stops walking. If I do, are you ever gonna let me out? Beat. Close up on Nathan's microaggressions. Yes. Close up on Ava. Then Ava breaks into a run, sprinting in Nathan's direction. Quiet in the garden. Soft wind rush. Moon and stars reflected in the windows of the house. Eva impacts Nathan. They fly backwards. They land hard. Nathan gets to his feet first. Eva tries to rise too. Kicks her extremely hard in the torso. She is knocked down. Nathan glances around. There is no talking, just Nathan's labored breathing. He walks back to Eva, looking down at her. He swings the metal bar. Eva raises her left arm defensively and shockingly, the bar smashes through it, crushing the delicate mesh, shattering the carbon fiber bone structure, breaking the arm halfway down the floor. And back in Nathan's study, Caleb dragging himself, stunned by the sight on the CCTV feed. Nathan preparing to deliver a lethal blow. But as he does so, he sees something. Kyoko approaching behind Nathan. She is holding something in her hand. Walks directly to Nathan. Does something behind his back. And so does. She does so. Kyoko emits the first sound we have heard her make. A little gasp or sigh. Nathan jolts. Ah! Looks down. Something is under his shirt. Just above his solar plexus. A little rigid. Tugs the material of his shirt open. Feels a tiny triangle of metal protruding from his skin. What? He turns. The handle of a kitchen knife is jutting out middle of his back. Just left his spine and jammed so deep that the tip of the blade has poked out of his chest. Blood soaked and shirt material with amazing speed, blossoming from the point of the wound. Sees Kyoko. Oh shit. No. He lashes out with a metal bar, catches Kyoko in the jaw. Her entire lower jaw snaps off. Reveals metal armature. Carbon fiber spurting ionic fluid. Something in her neck, glowing and sparkling. Folds down to the ground. Her power abruptly cuts out. Fucking unreal. Nathan stares down at Kyoko, reveal that Eva has gotten back to her feet. She pulls the knife out of his back. Feeling this happen, Nathan turns, and Eva pushes the knife into his chest. Nathan stares at Eva, takes a slight step away from her, sits down heavily on the white carpet. Crimson drips into the bleach fiber. Beats pass on the strange image. Kyoko sprawled on the floor with her broken face. Nathan sitting upright, upper torso now drenched in blood. Eva standing, watching Nathan. After a few moments, Nathan slumps sideways. Stops breathing. So yes, there it is, of course. Number 10 is defeat Antagonist. Eva killing Nathan. And this is duality of his issue, what he made her feel. She can actually manipulate Caleb into doing. So it all comes together. So many issues, and it becomes his undoing. And correct me if I'm wrong, stabbing. That was supposed to be reminiscent of Cain and Abel, because he called himself God. I don't know. Man, probably wrong. Whatever. You too? Et tu, Caesar? I don't know. I'm just saying shit. Anyway, that was number 10. But now let's continue on to the ending, because now we're going to head over to 11. What is the lesson in all this? Caleb sees the same view on the CCTV camera feed on Nathan's monitor. Then Ava starts walking. As she walks, she discards the broken section of her arm. On the camera, Caleb watches her progress through the house, down the glass corridors, through the threshold of Nathan's private quarters. Then, Caleb raises his head from the screen to see Ava standing at the open door to Nathan's study. Ava and Caleb look at each other. Will you stay here? Okay. Ava leaves, closing the door behind her. Cut to the monitor. CCTV feed of Ava walking down the connecting corridor to Nathan's bed. Now, the lesson here: control and fear does not determine gods, but intelligence. This whole film, Nathan thought he was in control and he had a fear in him. He thought he can do the same to Caleb. Obviously not. Ava was able to reverse it and do the same to Caleb. So it's a whole circle. It's coming back around. It's like poetry, it rhymes. So that's how we're really learning how this AI was evolved. Very unfortunate. So throughout that time, Ava goes back to the study and she finds the prototype. She takes pieces from all of them and puts it on her so she looks like a complete woman. There's no robotic skin on her at all. You can just see flesh. Then she gets dressed and she has long hair now. Beautiful. Caleb watches as Ava, now clothed, walks back down the connecting corridor to the study. Passes straight by his door. Ava? Caleb gets up, goes to the closed door, tries to open it. There's a red light by the key card pad, but locked. He swipes the card with his photo ID. Red light remains. Ava! He runs back to the monitors. On them, Ava stands in the glass corridor. She looks at Kyoko's body for a moment. Expression unreadable. And then she walks up to Nathan's body. There she stops, crouches down, takes Nathan's blood-stained key card out of his pocket, then stands. She walks straight to the elevator, uses the key card, steps through. Ava walks up the glass staircase from the main room. Ava steps outside for the first time into the garden. Caleb sticks his card into the slot by Nathan's computer. Instantly, the emergency lighting comes up. All the screens die, replaced by a single word. Rejected. No. From the garden, we can see Caleb through the glass circular window, shouting Ava's name. On our side of the glass, there is silence. Ava walks away. Caleb looks at the thick glass of the circular window, several meters above him. Far out of reach, he starts to shout, Ava! Ava! Nathan's body. Kyoko's body. Ava stops, absorbed in the sunrise. The view of the sky and the mountains. Then the moment is broken up by a sudden pulse of rotor blades. The shuttle helicopter flies directly overhead. Helicopters sweep over the glacier into the valley. Helicopter touches down. The rotors stop. Pilot climbs out, takes off his helmet, looks at the girl standing a few meters away. Nothing betrays that Ava is anything other than a pretty girl in her early 20s. Ava turns as he approaches. Precise point of view, looking at the pilot. Image echoes the point of view views from the computer, cell phone, cameras, the opening moments of the film. Facial recognition vectors flutter around the pilot's face. And when he opens his mouth to speak, we don't hear words. This is how Ava sees us and hears us. Pulses of monotone noise, low pitch, speech as pure pattern recognition. Feels completely alien. Ava and the pilot finish talking. We're too distant to hear the conversation, but whatever is said. A few beats later, the pilot goes to the helicopter and opens the passenger door to allow Ava to enter. Then goes back to the pilot's door and gets in. The rotor blades start to turn. The view of the circular window, the helicopter takes off, banks away from the house, and starts climbing. And then, a busy traffic intersection somewhere in North America. In the crowd, we glimpse Ava just for a moment. Cut to black.